The Odyssey, IMAX versus IMAX 70mm. Which should you choose? If you're planning to watch Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, you've probably seen dozens of posts on X, Reddit, Instagram, and Facebook comparing different IMAX screens. Some people are even sharing side-by-side images showing the differences between standard IMAX, IMAX with laser, and IMAX 70mm, making many moviegoers wonder if they're about to watch the film the wrong way. So here's the big question. Do you really need to watch The Odyssey in IMAX 70mm, or is a regular IMAX theater good enough? The short answer is this. It depends on what's available near you, and you definitely don't need to travel hundreds of miles just to enjoy the movie. Let's explain why. Christopher Nolan has always been one of the biggest supporters of large-format filmmaking. From The Dark Knight to Interstellar, Dunkirk, Oppenheimer, and now The Odyssey, Nolan has continued pushing IMAX technology further than almost any other filmmaker. For The Odyssey, he took things one step further by filming the entire movie using IMAX cameras, making it the first feature film to achieve this on such a massive scale. Because of that, many fans immediately assume that IMAX 70mm is the only correct way to experience the movie. While it is the premium format, the reality is a little more complicated. Let's start with IMAX 70mm. This is the highest quality presentation currently available. Instead of projecting a digital image, IMAX 70mm uses massive 70mm film prints that preserve an incredible amount of detail, brightness, and clarity. The screen is enormous, the image is exceptionally sharp, and the expanded aspect ratio lets you see more of what Nolan captured with his cameras. If you have an IMAX 70mm theater near you, this is unquestionably the best way to experience The Odyssey. It is as close as possible to the version Christopher Nolan intended audiences to see. However, there is one important catch. IMAX 70mm theaters are extremely rare. Only a limited number of theaters around the world can project this format. For many people, the nearest location may be several hours away, or even in another state or country. That brings us to the second option, IMAX with laser. Many movie fans overlook this format, but they really shouldn't. IMAX with laser delivers outstanding picture quality, incredible brightness, deep contrast, and vibrant colors. While it isn't exactly the same as 70mm film, it still offers an immersive experience that captures much of what makes IMAX special. In fact, for many viewers, the visual difference between IMAX with laser and IMAX 70mm is smaller than social media debates make it seem. If you don't have access to a 70mm theater, IMAX with laser is easily the next best choice. Then we have standard digital IMAX. This is the format available in many multiplex cinemas around the world. Although it doesn't use 70mm film or laser projection in every location, it still provides a significantly larger screen, powerful sound, and expanded image compared to a regular theater. You'll still experience many scenes exactly as Nolan intended, especially the sequences designed for the taller IMAX aspect ratio. For most moviegoers, standard digital IMAX remains an excellent way to watch The Odyssey. Finally, there are standard multiplex screens. Can you still enjoy the movie? Absolutely. The story, performances, music, and emotional journey remain exactly the same. However, you will miss some of the visual scale that Christopher Nolan specifically designed for IMAX. Certain landscapes, battle sequences, and ocean scenes simply have a greater impact on larger screens. That doesn't make the regular version bad. It just means you won't experience the full visual presentation. Now, let's talk about the images everyone is sharing online. If you've opened social media recently, you've probably seen comparison graphics showing 4 different screen sizes. One image usually represents a standard theater, another shows digital IMAX. Then IMAX with laser. And finally, the giant IMAX 70mm frame, which appears dramatically larger. These images are useful because they demonstrate how much additional picture can be visible depending on the format. However, they can also create unnecessary fear that you're somehow getting an incomplete movie unless you find a 70mm screening. That's simply not true. The movie itself doesn't change. The performances don't change. The story doesn't change. What changes is how much of the image you see at once and how immersive the presentation feels. That's an important distinction. If your local theater only has digital IMAX or IMAX with laser, you're still getting a fantastic experience. There's no reason to skip the movie or wait months hoping to find a 70mm screening. So, what should you choose? Here's the recommendation. If you have an IMAX 70mm theater nearby, that is the premium presentation and the best possible way to experience the Odyssey. If you don't have access to IMAX 70mm, IMAX with laser is an outstanding alternative that still delivers exceptional picture quality and immersion. If your nearest option is standard digital IMAX, don't hesitate. You'll still enjoy the expanded IMAX experience and see much more than you would on a regular screen. And if a standard multiplex is your only choice, don't let that stop you from watching the film. You'll miss some of the visual impact, but you'll still experience Christopher Nolan's storytelling, the incredible performances, and one of the biggest cinematic events of the year. At the end of the day, the most important thing isn't whether you're sitting in an IMAX 70mm auditorium. It's experiencing the Odyssey on the biggest and best screen reasonably available to you. Don't feel pressured to travel hundreds of miles because social media tells you that's the only way to watch it. Choose the best option near you, enjoy the journey of Odysseus, and let Christopher Nolan's filmmaking do the rest. So, which format are you planning to watch the Odyssey in? Are you lucky enough to have an IMAX 70mm theater nearby, or will you be watching it in IMAX with laser or standard IMAX? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more movie reviews, IMAX guides, and Christopher Nolan updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.